Hello everyone. Imagine standing before a door that has never been opened. A door that whispers with both wonder and fear. And knowing that the key to everything you've ever dreamed of lies just on the other side. Would you dare to turn the handle? Curiosity is often dismissed as a small, almost fragile impulse of the mind, but in truth, it is the first trembling step toward growth and the unlocking of success. It begins quietly, sometimes as nothing more than a question, an urge to look beyond what is familiar, a faint pull toward what is hidden in shadow. For many, curiosity feels like standing on the edge of a vast unknown landscape, uncertain of what lies ahead, but compelled to move forward regardless. It is that internal nudge that whispers, "What if?" and "Why not?" It is the flame that burns at the core of every breakthrough and every personal victory. Without curiosity, there would be no daring adventures, no discoveries, no journeys into uncharted territories of the mind or the world. It is the courage to lift the veil of comfort, to accept that growth begins the moment we refuse to settle for what is already known. When someone chooses to embrace curiosity, they are in truth choosing to defy limitation, to remain within the walls of routine and predictability may feel safe, but that safety is also a prison. The path of success cannot be walked by those who cling too tightly to certainty, because success requires exploration, and exploration demands curiosity. A curious heart does not allow fear to silence it. Instead, it leans closer to the unknown, believing that there is always something valuable waiting to be discovered. It is curiosity that teaches us that life is more than repetition, that beyond the ordinary lies the extraordinary. This willingness to reach beyond what has already been given transforms a person into a seeker, and every seeker eventually becomes a finder of new truths. Curiosity often challenges the very boundaries of our imagination. It asks us to envision possibilities we never dared to consider. Think of the moment someone sees something unusual, something strange, and instead of turning away, they are drawn closer. That instinct to move forward, to inquire, to touch the unknown is the foundation of discovery. It is not about recklessness, but about courage clothed in wonder. Curiosity is not content with surface-level answers. It insists on digging deeper, peeling back layers, and uncovering meaning hidden beneath the obvious. And it is this persistence that builds growth, because every question leads to a path, and every path offers the chance to evolve. Yet curiosity is not without its tests. To be curious is to step into unfamiliar ground where comfort cannot follow. It means willingly exposing oneself to the possibility of failure, confusion, or even fear. But within those tests lies transformation. Every person who has reached a peak of success can trace the beginning of that journey back to a single question, a single moment of curiosity that urged them to explore where others refused. Growth is never born from indifference or complacency. It blossoms from the restless hunger to know, to see, to experience more. That hunger is the compass that points toward opportunities hidden from those who choose to remain in the safety of the familiar. Curiosity also brings with it a sense of humility. To ask questions is to admit that one does not know everything, And in that humility lies the key to learning. A curious mind understands that knowledge is endless, that no matter how much is discovered, there is always more waiting to be unveiled. This humility keeps the door open for growth, because pride shuts it, but curiosity swings it wide. Success follows those who remain students of life, those who are willing to let wonder guide them toward lessons that others overlook. In this way, curiosity is not only the beginning of success, but also the sustaining force that keeps success alive. When curiosity is nurtured, it becomes a powerful source of creativity and vision. It allows us to see connections where others see separation, to imagine solutions where others see only obstacles. It sparks innovation by encouraging us to ask, "What if?" instead of declaring, "What cannot be?" The more one feeds curiosity, the more it expands, creating a fertile ground where dreams can take root and flourish. And in the pursuit of those dreams, the individual undergoes transformation, moving from who they were to who they are capable of becoming. That transformation is growth in its truest form, a growth that does not end with one achievement, but continues to unfold with each new question asked and each new mystery pursued. Curiosity is not just about exploring the outer world, but also about venturing inward into the unexplored depths of the self. The courage to question one's own thoughts, fears, and desires is just as important as the courage to question the world outside. Often, the greatest growth comes from daring to uncover what has long been hidden within. To wonder, to seek, and to discover is to live fully, to expand beyond the boundaries of what was once thought possible. The pursuit of dreams is never a straight and gentle path. For every desire carries within it hidden dangers that test the strength of the one who dares to chase it. To dream is to long for something greater than what exists, to imagine a future that stretches beyond the safety of the present. Yet woven into the fabric of that longing are risks, shadows that wait alongside the light. It is easy to be captivated by the beauty of ambition, but it is the unseen challenges beneath that beauty which demand awareness, discipline, and courage. The very force that pulls us toward our desires can, if left unchecked, consume us, for ambition without balance has the power to overwhelm. Success requires more than longing. It requires the wisdom to recognize the dangers that walk hand in hand with desire. Desire is powerful because it fuels action. It ignites passion, keeps one awake in the late hours, pushes one forward when others give up. But that same power can also blind. The greater the desire, the greater the temptation to overlook risks, to ignore warning signs, to press forward, even when the path is fraught with peril. This blindness can lead to destruction rather than fulfillment. The one who chases a dream must learn to see not only the light of what they want, but also the shadows that guard it. Growth is born not from reckless pursuit, but from pursuit that carries both fire and awareness. When one acknowledges the dangers of desire, they are not weakened by them, but strengthened, for every risk named is a risk prepared for. The hidden dangers of desire often appear in subtle forms. Sometimes they are distractions that disguise themselves as opportunities, pulling focus away from the true dream. At other times they appear as obsessions. When desire becomes so consuming that it no longer uplifts but imprisons. A dream can become a trap if the dreamer forgets to balance longing with wisdom. To chase success blindly is to walk into a storm without shelter, but to chase success with eyes open is to carry both courage and caution together. This balance is what separates those who rise from those who fall. The danger also lies in how desire interacts with fear. For many, the intensity of their longing magnifies the fear of losing it, and in that fear they hesitate, stall, or abandon the pursuit altogether. Others let fear push them into desperate actions that do not align with their true purpose. Desire without clarity can easily be swayed by fear, leading the dreamer into choices that erode the very vision they once held dear. That is why managing the hidden dangers of desire is not about killing passion, but about guiding it, shaping it, and refusing to let it drift into extremes. Even the most beautiful ambitions can conceal hidden costs. Success asks for sacrifices, and sometimes those sacrifices come quietly, disguised as long hours, missed moments, or forgotten joys. If one does not recognize these costs early, they may realize too late that the dream they achieved has taken more from them than it gave. The challenge is to chase with awareness, to weigh each step, to remain mindful of what must be given and whether what will be gained is truly worth it. The dangers of desire are not meant to turn one away from dreaming, but to remind one that every choice has weight, every pursuit has consequence. Yet these dangers are also opportunities for growth. To face them is to become sharper, wiser, and stronger. The very act of navigating risk builds resilience, and resilience is the armor that protects a dreamer from collapse. Desire forces one to grow, because it pushes them toward challenges they cannot ignore. It is within this struggle that character is formed. Those who refuse to be blinded by ambition and instead choose to see both its beauty and its peril are the ones who unlock a deeper kind of success, one rooted not just in achievement, but in transformation. The hidden dangers of desire are not curses, they are teachers. They reveal the fragility of passion and test whether that passion is strong enough to withstand trial. They remind the dreamer that true success is never handed freely, but must be earned through balance, awareness, and perseverance. The risk of being consumed by ambition is real, but so too is the possibility of being strengthened by it. Those who step forward with eyes wide open, who embrace desire while respecting its dangers, are the ones who find that success is not merely the reaching of a goal, but the mastery of the self along the way. Transformation is never born in comfort. It emerges when struggle grips the heart and forces a person to reach for strength they did not know existed. The path of chasing dreams is not smooth, and those who walk it cannot expect ease. Struggle is the crucible where hidden potential is tested and refined. When faced with the strange, the unsettling, or even the terrifying, a person is compelled to confront themselves in a way that ordinary life never demands. It is in those moments when fear whispers and doubt grows heavy that transformation begins to take root. Success is not simply about overcoming obstacles, it is about what those obstacles carve within the soul. The trials of life shape character, like a sculptor shaping stone, each strike of difficulty revealing something stronger, sharper, and truer than before. Struggle forces the dreamer to evolve. It strips away illusions of weakness, it pushes aside the false comfort of excuses, and it places the individual face with the reality of their determination. No one truly knows their strength until it is demanded. To face what is strange and unsettling is to step into territory where familiar tools no longer work, where old answers no longer suffice. It is in this uncertainty that growth accelerates. The mind begins to adapt, the spirit learns resilience, and the body follows the command of an unyielding will. Each challenge becomes not only an obstacle, but a mirror reflecting how much further one has come from the person they once were. Transformation through struggle is rarely gentle. It often arrives with fear, pain, and resistance. But these very elements are what ensure change is deep and lasting. Fear sharpens awareness, pain deepens resolve, and resistance strengthens persistence. Together they form the unseen allies of growth, pushing the dreamer beyond limits that once seemed unbreakable. Those who embrace struggle, rather than flee from it, discover that, within hardship lies hidden treasure. Every strange and frightening moment carries a lesson, and those lessons become stepping stones on the road to success. Without struggle, the spirit remains dormant. With it, the spirit awakens to its true capacity. To endure struggle is to understand endurance itself. Success is rarely about talent alone. It is about the refusal to surrender. When the path grows dark, the unsettling challenges that arise when chasing a dream are not there to block the way, but to strengthen the dreamer for what lies beyond. Transformation requires pressure, just as coal requires pressure to become diamond. Without that weight, without that force, potential remains unrealized. The strange trials of life are not curses, but the very conditions needed for greatness to emerge. Every dream that is worth achieving demands a price, and that price is paid in the currency of perseverance through hardship. What makes transformation powerful is that it changes not only what one can do, but who one becomes. A person who has faced struggle is not the same as they were before. Their outlook expands, their courage deepens, their spirit learns humility and strength in equal measure. They carry scars that no one else can see, and those scars are proof of battles fought and victories earned. This inner change is more valuable than the external success it creates, because while achievements may fade, the transformed spirit remains. It is the unseen reward of struggle, the creation of a self that is capable of more than it ever imagined. Struggle also creates empathy. When one has faced fear and pain, they begin to understand the battles of others. Transformation softens pride and sharpens compassion. It turns the pursuit of success into more than a personal mission. It becomes a shared journey, an inspiration to others who face their own trials. The courage to endure the strange and frightening becomes a light that guides those still trapped in their own darkness. Transformation through struggle is not selfish. It radiates outward, changing not only the dreamer, but also those who witness their rise. Every story of success carries a hidden chapter filled with struggle. It is in those chapters that the real growth happens. The surface of achievement may shine brightly, but the foundation beneath it is built from countless battles fought in silence, in fear, in uncertainty. To embrace struggle is to embrace the very process of becoming. Each unsettling moment is not an enemy, but a teacher, showing the dreamer how to stand taller, how to push harder, how to believe deeper. And when the transformation is complete, the dreamer looks back and realizes that the very hardships they once feared were the stepping stones that carried them to victory. Unlocking true potential is a journey that moves beyond the glitter of achievement and into the depth of who a person becomes. In the process of chasing their dreams, success often appears from the outside as trophies, wealth, recognition, or accomplishments, but these are merely the surface reflections of something far more profound. The real measure of success lies in the transformation of the individual, the unlocking of inner strength, resilience, creativity, and courage that would have remained hidden without the challenge of striving. Every challenge along the path is not just a barrier to overcome, but a key that opens a door within the self. Those doors lead to untapped reserves of power, the kind that cannot be discovered in comfort or routine, only in the fire of pursuit and the persistence of effort. True potential is rarely visible at first glance. It hides beneath layers of fear, doubt, and limitation, waiting to be uncovered by action. Most people underestimate what they are capable of because they measure themselves only by past experiences, not by future possibilities. To unlock potential is to refuse to be bound by yesterday's version of oneself, and instead to move forward with the belief that there is always more within. This belief is not mere optimism, it is a declaration of intent, a commitment to reveal strength that has not yet been tested. When a person dares to chase a dream that stretches them, they discover abilities that once seemed impossible. The pursuit itself becomes the forge that awakens dormant power. The unlocking of potential is never instantaneous. It is gradual, revealed step by step as challenges grow heavier, and the dreamer grows stronger in response. Each difficulty faced demands a response, and in answering that demand, the dreamer learns more about their own capacity. The act of pushing through obstacles is like peeling away layers, stripping away the false belief of limitation and revealing the truth of boundless strength. This process is not always pleasant, for it often requires sacrifice, discipline, and endurance. But every act of persistence is a key turned in the lock of self-discovery, and with each turn, the door opens wider. Unlocking true potential also requires courage. The courage to step into uncertainty, to risk failure, and to stand firm when the path ahead is unclear. Fear often guards the gates of potential, whispering that one is not ready, not worthy, not strong enough. But those who move forward despite the whispers find that fear is only an illusion, a shadow cast by doubt. Beyond that shadow lies the true self, the one capable of more than the world, or even the dreamer themselves believed possible. The moment courage overpowers fear, potential flows freely, and success becomes not a distant prize, but a living reality. Yet unlocking potential is not only about outward achievement. It is about inner alignment. The realization that success is not defined by what one gains, but by who one becomes in pursuit of it. A person who unlocks their potential becomes resilient, able to bend without breaking. They become visionary, able to see possibilities where others see only barriers. They become disciplined, able to continue forward when excitement fades and difficulty grows. And above all, they become authentic, no longer defined by external validation, but by the knowledge of their own strength. This authenticity is the essence of true success. There is also a ripple effect when potential is unlocked. A person transformed by struggle and growth becomes an example, a spark that ignites others to discover their own hidden strength. The journey of one inspires the journey of many. In this way, unlocking potential is not just a personal act, but a collective one. Every time someone chooses to rise beyond their limitations, they contribute to a larger story of possibility, showing others that their own dreams are not out of reach. Success spreads not through words alone, but through lived example, and that example is born from the discovery of what one is truly capable of. The unlocking of potential is endless. There is no final door, no final key, no moment where the process stops. Each achievement only reveals new possibilities. Each dream realized opens the way to greater dreams ahead. True potential is infinite. For the human spirit is boundless when fueled by courage and purpose. To recognize this truth is to understand that success is not a destination, but a continuous unfolding, a lifelong awakening to greater strength, deeper wisdom, and higher vision. What is unlocked today becomes the foundation for what will be unlocked tomorrow. In the end, unlocking success is not about trophies or applause, but about the journey of becoming. Curiosity teaches us to step into the unknown with courage. Desire reminds us to balance passion with wisdom. Struggle forges us into stronger versions of ourselves. And unlocking potential reveals that we are capable of far more than we ever imagined. Each of these truths weaves together to form the story of real success. A story written not by chance, but by choice, not by comfort, but by challenge. The flowering of dreams, much like the blooming of something rare and strange, comes only when we dare to nurture it through risk, resilience, and relentless pursuit. Success is the unveiling of who we were always meant to be, waiting within us, ready to rise when we choose to chase, to endure, and to believe. Like and subscribe to our channel. Dream Chase to watch the next